More than 80 ministers appointed by President Yoweri Museveni are expected to appear before Parliament for vetting before officially taking over their ministries. Among the new appointments are several familiar faces returning to cabinet. The newly appointed cabinet has already led to debates across the country, with many Ugandans divided on whether the changes will improve service delivery or simply continue the old style of leadership.
For me, the focus should be on the quality of the nominees. Because it is not enough that a person from my village is named Minister of Health. As long as there is no medicine in the hospital where I go when I'm not well.
Me, I'm not excited about the new cabinet because look, there are same perennial faces that have always appeared in the cabinet. Whether they are performing or not, they will come. I don't know how they galvanize such positions, but we shall not expect any different results from the other old cabinets that have appeared.
However, supporters of the appointments say the experienced politicians still have the knowledge and understanding needed to guide government programs.
But I can assure you that the current cabinet, when I look at the lineup, this is a team that they can deliver us by 2031.
Current one, I think we should be hopeful because there is an element of PLU which has infiltrated cabinet or that has been strategically positioned in cabinet by the appointing authority. And I think they want to prove themselves as worthy being considered in the succession equation.
Political analyst Leonard Egesa says the return of veteran politicians, together with the appointment of children of historical leaders, could also point to growing political influence by General Muhoozi Kainerugaba and the Patriotic League of Uganda, PLU.
President Museveni used it as a tactic to pacify historicals and regime stalwarts. So he's inviting them to the eating table so that he can take advantage of the familiarity principle before the common Ugandan, such that a Ugandan will get used to seeing children of historicals coming to cabinet. So it's not just the historicals, but also their children.
They have now purposely brought the Honorable Baram to mobilize. You are going to see as we enter in 2028 there, how they are going to fuse PLU and NRM. Remember, the structure of local government is almost the NRM as a party. So there is a purpose at which they are bringing Balam to mobilize back there down and fuse it with the PLU.
Egesa also argues that many ministries may struggle to make independent decisions because power remains heavily centralized.
In a functional democracy, you wouldn't be talking about regional balancing as the first a point of discussion when cabinet is appointed. You would be looking at the competence of the individuals that have been appointed in these positions. But because we don't have institutions that are functional in Uganda, so now the conversation shifts to the individuals appointed to these positions because they act as conduits for development, and they also use the ministerial positions to influence unfairly influence development projects in the regions where they come from.
I don't agree with that. And those any other people who love Uganda, they don't use that background of saying tribal, religion, son of so. The core is that what are you bringing on board as a son of Jim West? What are you bringing on board as a son of Mukula?
Proportionate representation is fair. Buganda is the most populous region in the country. So when they are picking members of the executive, and the executive sets the policies on which the country is run, and each region needs representation, in all fairness. And since Buganda is the most populous, it is good that a good number of people from here were picked.
Ministers are going to be influenced, budgets are going to be influenced. There is no independence of ministries that ministers are going to perform independently and deliver the service to Ugandans.
But government supporters disagree, insisting the cabinet has the experience needed to deliver services to Ugandans. The debate has also raised questions about corruption, with critics doubting whether the new cabinet will seriously tackle misuse of public funds.